Ladies and gentlemen, joining me now is a Hawkeye. And on Thursday night football, he became a staple in the football world with a one-handed gimme that and a touchdown. He's being considered the greatest healthy tight end in the NFL today. Wrestling fan George Kittle. What's up, cuzzy?
Sounds like you practiced that one once or twice.
No, I didn't. I actually just got out of the shitter, and I heard that you were calling at this exact moment, and I got so excited, and you called literally at the perfect time as soon as I sat down. So it was a perfect thing that happened right there. Speaking of perfect, what a Thursday night for you, George.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. Get out there Thursday night football. Not bad.
Who the hell is this quarterback now? Mullins? Did you guys know that he was this good, or what has been going on? In practice, he's been crushing?
Nick Mullins, I think he's got maybe like 10 snaps the whole year.
Jesus.
But he's just a guy that he's in his book 24/7. He knows the game plan just as well as Coach Shanahan does, and it's all on him for how well he did.
Is he? So he's a nerd? Yeah, like you guys hang out together or no?
Love Nick Mullins. BDN, he's a great guy.
Really? He threw you a hell of a highlight reel. I think that's probably why you love him more now. Is that the case?
It helps a little bit, but no, he's great. Hey, you saw that he's broken all of Brett Favre's passing records at Southern Miss, right?
Favre tweeted him and called him, too. I don't know if you saw it. They ran with that very hard. I don't know if you saw that on TV, Kittle.
I told every reporter I possibly knew that story because I think it's so cool.
I think it's beautiful. Brett Favre is an absolute legend, and it looks like Mullins is on his way. He's undefeated, just like Jimmy G was. Just like Jimmy G was last year until that unfortunate incident. I remember going into the year, the 49ers, it was like the 49ers year. This is going to be the 49ers year. We got a handsome Italian quarterback. We got a team around him. Shanahan's a genius. And then he gets hurt week one. You said, he is an attractive son of a bitch. That guy's unbelievable.
Yeah, it wasn't, the way we wanted our season to go, just start, with, we lost our running back too, Jet McKinnon, a couple days before the first game. So, but hey, it's football. It's 17 weeks and it just goes and goes and goes. And, no one really cares if you guys are hurt. So I think we've done pretty well, and, we're going to try to get some more wins this season.
Jimmy G gets hurt. Your running back gets hurt. Right? Basically, that's week one. So it's like whenever Andrew Luck gets hurt, for us, it was like mid-season normally. He's like, this guy's damn near dead. Beginning of the year, you guys basically get ruined, decimated by injuries in very key positions. Who are some leaders in the locker room that were like, hey, let's go. We got to continue to keep rocking. Are you a voice of the team? Was Pierre Garçon a big name there? Maybe some offensive linemen, Robbie Gould. Who are the leaders in that locker room over there?
Right away, you got Richard Sherman. He's awesome. He's been a great addition to our locker room. Then you got the legend, Joe Staley. He's just incredible to be around and great in the locker room. And Pierre, Pierre's a great voice. He's one of a kind. Marquise Goodwin is great too. You just said guys left and right. No one really backed down from it, and everyone stepped up and said, hey, we're gonna do something with this.
Richard Sherman is wearing the C. I think I noticed that on Thursday. That was one of the most impressive things I saw on Thursday. Richard Sherman this summer got roasted by Marquise Goodwin, and the internet lost their fucking mind. It was insane. It wasn't very fair to Richard Sherman. But the arrival of Richard Sherman, is he completely opposite, or what is he as opposed to what you expected he was going to be?
He is so laid back, and he loves video games, and he's also kind of a nerd in his own way, in all good ways. And I didn't know he was going to be so easy to relate to. He's a vet. He's won Super Bowls. He's done this and that. But he just comes in every day, and he treats everyone with the same respect. And I really got to hand it to a guy like that who's seen it all, and he can still act like that.
You're a big wrestling fan, right?
I try my best. I've been a fan for like 4 or 5 years. My buddy, that's a semi-pro wrestler, got me hooked.
Oh man, who's your guy? Who's your guy or girl? Who's your guy or girl?
My favorite or my friend?
Favorite of all time.
Oh, Seth Rollins, just because he's from Iowa. I got to go to his wrestling school. I've been able to talk to him, hang out with him sometimes. And he's a football guy, so he's definitely my favorite. And then close second, third after that is Stone Cold and The Rock.
Oh, God, that's a good list you got there. I don't want to make you jealous. I had dinner with Seth Rollins, I think, just last week. His schedule is asinine. It is the most asinine schedule I've ever seen in my life.
It's stupid. I would never want that.
Dude, I was talking to him. We were talking for what, 45 minutes, Foxy?
Oh, yeah, long time.
We're talking 45 minutes, and 35 minutes of it was him telling us his schedule and me just telling him how fucking absurd it was. He's like driving. Go ahead.
It's awful. I mean, like, what? He doesn't have any free time. He's just either driving or flying somewhere all the time.
You're what, 6 foot, what, 6'5"?
I'm 6'4".
That's on me. I gave you a couple inches there, made you have to answer that you were smaller. That's a real alpha move.
I'll take inches wherever I can get them, man.
6'4", coming out of Iowa. Were you drafted to the Niners, or did you? Yeah.
Yeah, I was 5th round.
Okay, so this is your second year, third year.
Yep, second year.
Okay, Jimmy G comes in last year. You guys go undefeated. San Francisco 49ers, the whole entire city of San Fran is like, holy shit, we got a guy. Is that what happened?
Yeah, that's kind of how it happened. It was kind of, it just, everything blew up. It was crazy. I mean, meeting him first time and all that stuff. It was, yeah, the city was pretty damn excited to see Jimmy G arrive to the Bay Area.
What's Lynch like as a boss? Former player, then a commentator. Now he's a boss. He seems to be likable. He's making videos before primetime, before the Thursday night primetime game. He made like a content video with an Australian guy trying to figure out which team he would be of the Bay. John Lynch sends him a line like, hey, from what I hear, they're going to Las Vegas anyways. In a couple, it was like a good little fun little content piece. Seems to have a good personality. How is he as the boss? How does he run the ship over there?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, he doesn't, talk in front of the team too often, but when he does, everyone listens. And I mean, he knows what he's talking about too, because he's been through it all. He's the best though. I mean, he relates to the guys. He'll come down in the locker room, talk to us. And there's no really intimidation factor talking to John Lynch. He's a player's guy and can't ask for much more.
That's awesome. He built quite a team over there. If it wasn't for a couple injuries, I think we're talking about a whole new 49ers. Speaking of geniuses, young little geniuses too, Shanahan seems like the kid genius that doesn't get as much respect because McVay's hot right now. Everybody's talking about McVay. Nobody really talks about Shanahan. I saw him on Pardon My Take. Incredible interviews. He looked miserable the entire time, though. Is that his look?
I'm pretty sure Coach Shanahan loses like 30 pounds during the season.
Just stressed out at all times?
I mean, I don't know. Being a football coach in the NFL just has to be one of the most stressful jobs to do. And so, no, but he's incredible. I mean, you should be in one of his install meetings. Just the way he talks about plays, and then he breaks them down, and they're so simple to him. And it's like you're reading like the Pythagorean theorem, and you're kind of sitting there like, holy cow, what am I looking at? And then he figures out how to break it down for the rest of us.
I love that he has to dumb it down for the idiot from Iowa.
100%.
Hey, this 6'4" cornfield motherfucker is really good. So I got to figure out how to explain this play to him. I got to figure it out. You're a monster over there. You're like half the offense over there. Did you know that was coming this year? Is this, I would assume that you've been, I mean, to be honest, you never hear Kittle's name mentioned when we talk about tight ends. Everybody talks about Gronk. They used to talk about Hernandez, killed a couple people. He's gone. You talk about Greg Olsen. You talk about Travis Kelce. You never really hear about Kittle. You never hear about the other white meat out there in San Francisco 49ers. I don't know what that's all about, George.
Hey, we're changing that this year.
You're goddamn right. One-handed grabs on Thursday Night Football, scoring a touchdown for a team that nobody thought that could even score a touchdown. It's awesome.
It was pretty cool. Travis Kelce followed me on Twitter today. That was a peak for me.
Hey, have you followed him for a while, or is this a recent relationship?
Oh no, I've been following him for a while. Are you kidding me?
He is entertaining.
I follow like every single tight end because I like tight ends that succeed, man. Who
are some of the tight ends you look up to? Who'd you watch film of and shit like that?
Oh, my favorite tight end's Dallas Clark. Down. No question. I grew up like watching him play in college, and then he'd come back to our camps at Iowa and talk to the tight ends and stuff. Just hearing a guy like that talk about football is incredible.
He was a linebacker at Iowa, I think, for a year, and then went over to tight end for a year, and then left early, I think, if I know Dallas Clark's story right.
Yeah, no, he was a linebacker and then switched to tight end, and yeah, he's amazing. I mean, I love watching him. I love watching Kelce, Gronk, Ertz. And I like watching Evan Ingram and O.J. Howard, too. They're pretty fun to watch.
How do you get better? How does George Kittle get better? What do you need to work on? Better hands? What do you need? Better hands? You need to get faster?
Hey, I mean, you can always get better hands to get faster, right?
I don't think so. Can you get faster? I don't know if you can. I thought I peaked like high school.
Oh, goodness gracious. You know what? I think you can. If you got to lose a little, body fat and stuff, but I feel like you can get a little faster here and there. Maybe quickness is a better way to describe it.
Hey, you're going to body shame me when you're out there in San Fran. They're going to ruin you, bro. You're going to get attacked out in San Francisco for body shaming me like that right there.
I would never body shame you, man. You're the peak of male physique.
What's it like living in San Francisco? I only went out there one time for the Super Bowl, and it was absurd. I saw homeless people doing.
Is an hour south in San Jose, so I literally live in the heart of Silicon Valley.
Wow, are you going to invest in any of these apps? You can become a billionaire out there if you know the right people.
I need to make some more money before I start investing, but that'd be pretty fun.
Oh yeah, you're on your second year, 5th round draft pick too, so you're still getting min salary probably. Dominating on Thursday night, getting min salary right now.
Yeah, it's that's about how it goes.
And taxes in California, what, 75% you're paying taxes over there?
69%.
That's awesome. Great haircuts over there in the valley, though. I don't know about. Actually, I've never been in the middle of San Jose.
There's not a lot to do.
Well, yeah. What do you do out there? What happens in Silicon?
Well, I spent the whole weekend in San Francisco with my fiance, which is pretty awesome. But in Silicon Valley, you gotta go to either a Sharks game or drive an hour to the coast. That's what you do for fun.
Well, congrats on being engaged. Is that an Iowa lady?
Yeah, she played basketball at the University of Iowa.
Oh, you guys are just going to create avatars? How tall is she? 6 foot tall?
Yeah, she's 6 feet tall. I'm going for the avatar, baby. It's an investment.
Will you let your kid play football?
Yeah. I don't know how early tackle football starts. It's different wherever you live, but I think everyone should experience football. It teaches you way too many good lessons.
Who's your favorite coach of all time? Everybody loves Kirk Ferentz that's been through there. Everybody. Pat Anger loves Kirk Ferentz.
Personally, my dad coached me up until high school, so he's my favorite coach of all time, but KF is he's the GOAT.
He's special, huh? You Iowa guys really, really like him. What does he do? Does he just relate to you guys? He's nice to you guys, treat you guys right, set you up on path of success? What is it?
Yeah, you just hit it. Yeah, you hit it right there. He's just basically all he says is, hey, if you just do what you're supposed to do, you're gonna finish Iowa with a great career, and you get your degree. You're gonna live a great life, and all you do is follow what he tells you to do. And it's pretty easy, and everyone succeeds. It
does seem like that. It seems like every player that comes from Iowa succeeds. Now, granted, not a lot of the white folks make it into the NFL there from Iowa, but it does seem as if everybody that comes from Iowa is always highly respected and appreciated and does well. It seems as if that is the case. Kirk Ferentz seems to be running a good ship out there.
Yeah, it is a ship that runs in a straight line 24/7.
You and Pat Anger get along whenever you were at Iowa, or was he before you?
So he was before me, but he came back this summer going into when we went undefeated at Iowa. And he's actually, I attribute a big part of my success to Pat Anger.
Let me hear it.
And then I doubt he remembers it. So Pat Anger, I got him for like 20 seconds because Coach Ferentz told the story Pat Anger, he didn't play much his first 2 years, and then he turned into a starter, and then he was in the NFL as a second-round draft pick. And so I asked him what he changed in his life. He's like, well, I kind of just stopped being an asshole, and I stopped drinking so much. I went to sleep. I studied more football, and I stopped fighting people. And so that I kind of took that, because I didn't play at all my first 2.5 years of college, and so kind of used the same. I didn't really fight people, but I used that same mentality, and that kind of helped me out.
That is fucking awesome. Pat Anger is going to love hearing that. Him saying, "Yeah, I just stopped being an asshole and stopped drinking as much." Turn somebody's life around. Pat Anger is going to really appreciate that. I hope you know that, and I'm thankful that happened because what you are becoming is something very special, George.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, I doubt he remembers the conversation. It was literally 15 seconds in the middle of a lift at 6 a.m. on a Wednesday in the middle of summer. But I remember it.
That sounds like Ricky Bobby. If you ain't first, you're last. When he was a little kid, his dad leaving. It's just a 2-second period of the life that completely changed the direction of Ricky Bobby's whole life. And then at the end, no, I didn't even. There was second place. There's a lot. I was probably high when I said that to you. Pat Anger is probably Pat, that sounds exactly like something Pat Anger would say, though. So it would be right on course, and it's awesome that it happened. Who are you guys playing next? And are you guys going to ever lose again now that Mullins is quarterback?
We got Giants on Monday Night Football.
Let's go.
You got to talk to him about that because I'm not going to say no because it is Big Dick Nick.
How is the locker room treating him since everything that's happened?
Oh, I mean, because I don't know if you guys saw, but so in the preseason, our first preseason game, we're losing the Cowboys, and he went on. Third string guys were in, and he mounts this epic comeback, like a game-winning drive with like a minute left, and goes like 80 yards.
Nice.
And it was just, it was incredible. And the whole locker room just blew up after that, cheering for him and stuff. And it was the exact same reaction, after the Thursday night game. And yeah, he's fantastic. And the team loves him. There's nothing about the guy that you don't like.
All right. Well, good luck against the Giants. I'm gonna bet on you guys.
Oh, please.
I am. I'm gonna bet on you too. There's probably a prop bet whether or not 6'4" Iowan will get in the end zone, and I'm gonna bet on you.
Please do.
You got a high fade.
That put more pressure on Nick.
Hey, that you were off on the sideline. I think they were fucking with your foot or something, your ankle.
Oh no, man, I'm all good. You kidding me? Just what does the NHL say? Just like a body injury.
Yeah, lower body injury.
Yeah, sure. It's just we're all good.
Well, they zoomed in on you sitting on the sideline. You look like you were in a little bit of pain. I noticed the fresh fade. I noticed that there was a good fade on your head right there. I thought it was pretty impressive. You should go with the mullet, maybe.
The mullet? Holy goodness gracious!
The fiance might not.
Maybe
like it. The fiance might not like it.
I'm gonna have to work on that. I'll clear it through Mr. Lynch.
Oh, good idea. Think about the boss first. Well, both bosses, fiance and John Lynch. I think that's probably a good idea, George. All right, man. Have a great one. I appreciate you so much. Good luck with everything, too. You're crushing it.
Hey, thank you so much. Thanks for having me on. It was awesome. Kind of a dream come true for me. Love you guys.
I don't want to hear that bullshit, George.
George. No, seriously. I love listening to you guys. It's so fun.
Well, we appreciate you so much. Diggs, Todd, and everybody's bloggers right now, so they're literally blogging. So they're going to come in and talk about their blogs here in a second. So you missed them, but I'm sure literally everybody is a fan of yours, George. So I hope you go on and crush it. We're betting on you heavy. Good luck in San Jose. Get in on an app, by the way. That's $1 billion there. No more touchdowns need to be scored if you just go in on a good app. Maybe get the maybe be rich and then also find Snapchat. That's something you could do. Score touchdowns and be a founder of Snapchat.
I'll do my best to get in on that. All right, thanks, Pat.
Cheers, George. You're the man.